Today is Monday, September 26th. It occurred to me that um, a 2.5R is a substantial amount because 2.5R each day, Monday through Friday, if the R value is small, the consistency can be improved dramatically based on the higher probability setups. And these higher probability setups, when the trade is finished early, that increases the higher probability trade into even higher probability trade. When a move of a plus setup moves throughout time, as the time increases, the time value of that A plus diminishes and the probability of the trade declining is higher. So adding up 2.5 R's with the R value that is substantially small with a high probability trade, and that small increasing the higher probability of that trade, it multiplies the effect of becoming a even more highly profitable, which essentially means highly probable. When that happens, if I have a 2.5R times 5 for 1 week, that is a substantial sum, especially when considering that multiple trades are performed on a day. And therefore, these higher probability trades can occur multiple times within 1 day, and it is possible to conduct several different trades within 1 day to make up that 2.5R, equating to a higher R value. Within that higher R value, that I can multiply that for each of the days that occurs within 1 week. And within 1 week, there are 4 weeks approximately within 1 month, with certain months having more days than 4 weeks. And therefore, it is possible to make a substantial amount of gain within 1 month based on a small R value approximated by a 2.5R, where the R value is considerably small. And taking advantage of this incremental access to the larger picture, then the trade that I consider to be an A plus trade, and these trades can occur on a substantially higher volume type of situation. I can take advantage of that and then increase the probability by taking a shorter and scalping mode of trading. And therefore, multiplying this at a minimum of 4 weeks within 1 month, it means that 2.5R per day multiplied by at least 4 transactions would equal to 10R. 10R times 5, which is equivalent to 50R. 50R times 4, which is equivalent to about 200R. And 200R, based on the R value can be any value that I consider within a reasonable amount when considering that it is a small account. And therefore, it becomes a substantial amount. So considering that it is possible with a small R value and going towards a 2.5 R value seems to be a reasonable consideration, considering that the R value that I'm looking for is a small amount. And considering the movements within the stock, within certain types of stocks with a higher ATRs, it is more probable as well. As long as the indicators, the setups that I'm looking for is consistent in most cases. And should there be certain cases where the probability is on my side, and even though that is the case, there are certain remote possibilities that the probability may be on the flip side as it is true. Sometimes the coin will land on its side instead of landing on head or tails. And so now that I'm contemplating the possibility of allowing a 2.5R as long as the R value is substantially small, but significant to measure up within a month period. When that happens, that seems to be something that I could definitely go for. As I've seen today, the trades that I made. So after looking at the trades that I made today, the first trade that I made was substantial, and it was trending to a point where a substantial amount of gain was made. However, on the two trades that I've noticed, had I lowered the R value in return, those two trades would have been successful. And based on the theoretical movement of waiting for a particular setup to unfold within the candlestick charts, it looked like there was a significant amount of gain to be had as long as the R value was small. And therefore, it is possible. Even the two trades. See, I made 3 trades today. Even the 2 trades that I lost in, it could have been a profitable trade had I considered that the R value was smaller. And when I increased the value of the R, it allowed the probability of the trade being nullified. And sure enough, for those 2 trades, it did. I monitor the P&L as it moved up and down, and I've noticed that it fluctuated, and based on the R values that I'm looking at, it is definitely possible. It is definitely possible. 2.5R, a very real possibility.